I have been camping in Olympic National Park for the past couple of days now. At first, I was just looking for a campground after parking options in the area were not so great for me. I found this one on iOverlander, and I didn't even realize it was inside the park. Thank goodness I had my park pass. And I was originally just going to stay one day, because I always do single days at campgrounds. I don't know, I don't even think about it. I just do one day and I leave. But I remember when I got here, the host was so sweet, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you can stay up to 14 days. And I just thought, wow, 2 whole weeks. Haha, okay, thank you. And then I walked back to my van and I just paid for one night. And then I thought, okay, well, wonder where I'm going to sleep tomorrow. But then I thought, wait, she's totally right. I have nowhere to be. I have wanted to come to Olympic National Park more than anything for years now. The reason why my redwoods obsession started was only because I was trying to get up here to the Hoh Rainforest. But living in LA at the time, I could only make it to NorCal in the time frame that I had. And then I fell in love with the redwoods, and then I just stayed there. But this is the root cause. This place is the reason for me wanting to adventure in the first place. So now I've camped here for a few days instead of one day. But I'm gonna allow myself to extend here as long as I feel like I should. It feels so good to be here. So I've got my hiking boots out. I'm ready to walk, you know? I'm ready to hit the trails. I'm ready to hit Hurricane Ridge. And then I'm walking by the bathrooms and I see this sign, this cougar warning sign. And then I remember how there was a cougar attack right in this very park, like a few weeks ago or something. And so I decide maybe it's not the best idea that I go for a long hike alone right now. Which was a good choice actually, because it turns out the road is closed up to Hurricane Ridge. If you don't know, the Hurricane Ridge Visitor Center burned down, so they are inspecting it and the road is completely closed to all traffic until Friday. Would have been nice if someone would have told me that before I paid for this campground until Friday. But that's okay. I will find another walk. Maybe less cool, but what is there better to do in life than take nice walks in beautiful places? For anybody wondering, Olympic National Park is extremely crowded, but as you can see and have seen through the montage I just posted, this trail I've been almost exclusively alone. No one here. I think this trail gets less action because it's inside the campground. So if you're going to the Hurricane Ridge entrance, aka Heart of the Hills, there's a trail called Heart of the Forest inside Heart of the Hills campground. Park at the amphitheater, come in here, walk, have essentially the entire forest to yourself. I'm of course excited to go to the Rainforest, but I mean, there's pretty much nothing like having an entire forest to yourself. Just thought I would share that information for my fellow introverts.
And decided, Olympic Forest Reserve is great. It's a great start, but we really need to take a chunk of this land and protect it so that there's no hunting, no logging, nothing but just preservation. And that was the middle 600,000 acres called Mount Olympus National Monument. If you look closely at this map, you'll see there are a lot of blue lines, and these blue lines are rivers. There are over 15 different river valleys throughout the park. All of them are glacially fed. What are some plants and animals that y'all think might depend on these river valleys that are glacially fed?
All of them.
All of them, yeah, exactly. What are some that you might have seen though, or might be interested in? There's really no wrong answer.
I see the same deer, legitimately. I've seen her for 6 days in a row with her baby on the entrance on the way here.
On the entrance on the
I don't
way
know
here?
if she's like a ranger or what, but she's in the same spot. 6 days in a row.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
so deer. So no one's seen any elk before in this park?
Not in this part.
No, not in the
At Rainier?
Rainier, like in town at the gas station.
Redwood National Park. I see them a lot.
Redwoods,
Every time I
okay.
go there.
Anyone been to Yellowstone?
No.
They are in the park. I've already seen one this summer. As I'm sure y'all have probably heard, there's a large area in the park that was closed off from someone that got attacked. So they are in the park, and they are the apex predator, elusive animal. Because has anyone here ever seen one?
I've
No.
heard one.
Seen one?
I've heard one, but
Heard
I didn't
one?
see it.
So here is the second most common predator of the Roosevelt elk. And then if an elk is an herbivore, what would we call the mountain lion?
Elk.
Carnivore. That's right.
Oh no, not
So-
omnivore. They just straight meat.
Yeah, just
Oh,
meat.
wow.
Yep. So what about this animal here though? What kind of teeth do we see?
Omnivore.
Those look like ours.
Just like ours, right?
Mhm.
Yep. So what kind of animal might like to eat the same type of food that we do?
Bears.
Bears. Yep. So this is a black bear.
That's cute.
Here on the peninsula, black bears only get to be about 2 to 250 pounds. Not that large compared with other places in the U.S. So how would a black bear be considered a predator of the Roosevelt elk? How? Because they go after the young. That's exactly right.
You know, one thing that I never thought was scary that apparently everyone else does? The woods at night. Since I started car life, I always slept in the deep, dark woods alone. And I've always found it really peaceful. You get so much privacy compared to somewhere like the desert or anywhere less dense than a rainforest. It's like a hug. Being surrounded by the forest is like a really tight hug. I love being totally surrounded, left to right, bottom to top, by nothing but trees. I mean, how could you not love that?
Up with your attitude, aren't we just terrified?
Hey besties. So today is the first day that I can actually talk. Not for long. Oh my god, 1 second. I am going to attempt to, holy fuck. I'm gonna attempt to talk for the first time in like a week. More than a few sentences. Right after I got back from the whole rainforest, the day after, I noticed that I was feeling like I had a sore throat, but I chalked it up to the smoke because it was really, really smoky in Washington. I was also with friends and they were like, oh yeah, it's messing with me too. And then I went to bed, and the next day I felt like I was dying. Like something hit me out of nowhere. I had extreme body aches, fatigue, my throat hurt like crazy. I was like, what is wrong with me? Long story short, I have had strep. I've had strep since I was like a little kid, so I don't remember it being this dramatic. I thought that it was a sore throat, which it was, but I was like comatose for 2 days. I didn't do anything but sleep. I didn't eat at all for 2 days. And finally on the 3rd day I woke up. I was staying at a friend's house. I was able to come here. So this is, I'm staying at a friend of a friend's apartment that she's moving out of. She's in her new apartment, so she just has a few days on the back end at this apartment. So I've just been in here alone, quarantining by myself, basically doing nothing but sleeping, living off of throat lozenges, and having my friends bring me food, which is really sweet. I've never felt so like taken care of. Yeah, basically the whole rainforest was really, really crowded. I barely got any shots. The shots that I got were beautiful, but shots of me, I'm surprised I got any because there were so many people, there were so many families with kids running everywhere. So I didn't really enjoy that too much, to be honest. After that I left the park and I went to Seattle to see my friends. Yeah, I love nature. I don't want to sound selfish, but I love it when there are not a million people around me. So that was my experience at Olympic, but it was a beautiful time. I had such an amazing time. The ranger classes were awesome. They also had astronomy classes every single night. It's an amazing place. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where I got strep because nobody else got sick in my friend group. I've been in sick jail. That's what it feels like when you're like quarantining away and trying not to get anybody else sick. It's like I'm just in jail. But I'm really thankful. I've been on this nice comfy air mattress, and I mean, friends to take care of me. What more could I ask for than that? Sorry, this video's ending was anticlimactic. It was wonderful to watch all the footage again while I was editing, but I got sick out of nowhere, so that sucked. But anyway, hope you guys are doing better than I am. Hope you had a lovely week. Hope you have a lovely upcoming week, and I will see you hopefully feeling better in the next one. Good night.